Viewers, a few weeks ago, we were told that the Gathbandhan in Uttar Pradesh, the main challenger to Narendra Modi, is founded on secular values. Its leaders, Akhilesh Yadav and Mayawati, came together on one platform after 30 years of bitter enmity to pledge to defeat the forces of communalism. They say that they had to join hands to defeat Hindu nationalist Bharatiya Janata Party and the RSS because it uses religion, the Hindu religion, to polarize. But today we are going to expose, viewers, their hypocrisy, their collective hypocrisy, the Gathbandhan's doublespeak, duplicity. In the next few moments, we will bring to you the statements of a top leader of the Samajwadi Party who has been a two-time MLA and cabinet minister in Akhilesh Yadav's government, the government that was voted out to bring in Yogi Adityanath. Ravidas Mehrotra, caught on tape, making a sensational admission, viewers. A sensational admission. Mehrotra, heard telling Times Now's correspondent that the Samajwadi Party will use mosques to sway Muslims, that the activity will be targeted through pliable imams during the Ramzan prayers. Mehrotra has clarified that Muslims will be told to vote for secular bloc en masse. Sensationally, the Samajwadi Party leader says Muslims will be urged to vote for the Congress also. So in public, they pretend not to have an alliance with the Congress Party, but in privacy of the masjids, they will be urging, viewers, they will be urging Muslims to also vote for the Congress where the Congress candidate stands a chance. Now we all know that using mosques, temples, gurdwaras, churches to campaign, to sway voters is against, viewers, very much against the poll code. It's a violation of the law. We'll come to that in just a few moments. But, viewers, let me remind you, just the other day, Rahul Gandhi, who is really very keen on aligning with the thought process of Akhilesh and Mayawati, said that while the BJP and the RSS espoused the vision of Godse, his Congress party represented Gandhian values. Listen to what Rahul Gandhi said the other day. Today, he, Akhilesh and Mayawati are going to stand exposed. But first, listen to him.
ये विचारधारा की लड़ाई है। एक तरफ नफरत गुट से, दूसरी तरफ प्यार, महात्मा गांधी और गुजरात का इतिहास। और जीत महात्मा गांधी की होगी, प्यार की होगी, भाईचारे की होगी, कांग्रेस पार्टी की होगी।
We are inclusive. We carry everyone along. We are secular. We don't differentiate. That's what Rahul Gandhi said. That's what Akhilesh Yadav have said. That's what Mayawati have said. Look at them. January 12, 2019. Now listen to a top leader of the Samajwadi Party, a person close to Akhilesh Yadav, a trusted former minister in his cabinet, as he unspools a strategy that violates every secular canon, not to mention the poll code set down by the Election Commission of India. Listen to Ravidas Mehrotra, viewers, as he goes back on every promise that the Gathbandhan makes. This is murky. This is illegal. Listen to this.
अब मुसलमान ये कह रहे हैं, मुस्लिम वोट जो वोट है वो ये कह रहा है जो भाजपा को हरा उसको वोट देंगे।
कांग्रेस तो माइनॉरिटी का भी वोट राष्ट्रीय स्तर पर लेती
है, ओबीसी का भी। एक बात समझिए,
ये नहीं बनेगा।
तो सुनिए, जैसे सिर्फ चुनाव है 6 मई को, और 5 मई को यहाँ पर जो है वो 6 को से रमजान शुरू हो रहे हैं। 6 को पहला रोजा होगा, उसके बाद तराबी होगी 5 तारीख की रात में। 5 तारीख की रात में तराबी के दिन एक भी मुसलमान नहीं होगा जो वो ना आता हो पढ़ने के लिए, और हर मस्जिद से ऐलान हो जाएगा इसको वोट देना। और आप मेरी बात लिख लीजिए कि जो है 1% छोड़ दिए जो लोग अलग हों, 99% वोट एक ही आदमी को मिलेगा।
मतलब हर जिले, मतलब हर लोकसभा
मुस्लिम इस वक्त जो है एक साथ तय करेगा। ये नहीं कि मुस्लिम तय कर दे कि किसी को वोट दे दो, मुस्लिम एक साथ तय करेगा किसको वोट देना है, कांग्रेस को या सपा को, कांग्रेस को या बीएसपी को। और जहां कहीं पर भी कांग्रेस लड़ नहीं पा रही होगी वहां कोई और विकल्प भी नहीं है।
तो ये ऐलान कौन कराएगा, कांग्रेस वाले या सपा बसपा वाले?
नहीं, ऐलान जो मौलाना लोग वो करेंगे खुद ही।
अच्छा,
The Maulanas themselves will declare it. We are going to be instructing. They will be using the masjid viewers to win 99% Muslim support. I'm not saying this. Ravidas Mehrotra, the Samajwadi party leader, a man who is close to Akhilesh Yadav, they are going to really duck under the law to do this. Now, viewers, can there ever be a fair fight in Uttar Pradesh if religion is going to be used in this manner? A religious place is going to be used in this manner, and the interpreter of the faith will be guiding, brainwashing the voter to cast a vote along the lines that pits one community against the other. Think about it, viewers. I'm going to bring in Amir Haq. Amir, you've conducted this sting operation. Did you get a sense that Ravidas Mehrotra was speaking on the back of a well thought out strategy conceived by his own party's high command?
Well, Rahul, to say the least, this is absolutely shocking. You know, it does seem that the entire Samajwadi party and the BSP alliance actually thinks that Muslim community is so gullible, it is so naive so as to follow the instructions being dictated out to its members out there inside the mosque, and mosque to be used for such a political, diabolical plan and a strategy that they, we believe now after Ravidas Mehrotra has spoken out, they will follow throughout these elections. Because remember, through these 7 phases of elections, at least 3 of the last phases will actually fall within the holy month of Ramzan. And if the month of Ramzan and mosques wherein the people from Muslim community converge to pray, especially during the Taraweeh prayers wherein they recite one of the 30 chapters of Quran throughout this 1 month, this will actually be used for political purposes. It is something which is absolutely deplorable, and this also goes against the law. Remember, in January 2017, Supreme Court quite very clearly said that communal lines should not be used, religion and caste should not be used to polarize voters, to divide voters across different parties. So this is completely illegal. Perhaps the Election Commission should also take a note of and issue a notice to the Samajwadi party for this kind of a strategy that they seem to be actually working on.
Now, Amir, we know that the Muslim support matters a lot in Uttar Pradesh. How many seats does the Muslim vote actually decide in Uttar Pradesh? Give us a quick breakup.
Well, actually, if you take it by numbers, at least 1/3 of the seats out here in Uttar Pradesh, out of the 80 seats of Lok Sabha, will actually be influenced by the Muslim vote bank. But Rahul, let me tell you, in the past as well, there have been a number of times when political parties have thought that they can polarize voters on religious lines and perhaps take all of the chunk of Muslim votes. But that really hasn't happened on the ground, because in the post-Babri era, we've seen through various estimates that even Congress party, the grand old party, hasn't been able to garner more than 40% of the total Muslim vote. So clearly, it does not cut any ice as far as political analysts are concerned. But yes, definitely we do know that a number of parties, including Congress Party, BSP, and the Samajwadi Party, have done everything. They've actually used every trick in the book to garner more and more Muslim votes, to attract more and more Muslim votes towards them. It hasn't worked really on the ground, but the kind of strategy this time that is being evolved by the Gathbandhan as well as the Congress Party on the other.
Amir, I'm reliably told, is the percentage of the Muslim vote across the state of Uttar Pradesh. 16 seats at the very least where Muslims, 16 to 20 seats where the percentage of Muslims in a deciding position. So that's a big chunk of seats. And if the masjid is going to be used, if the foremost clerics in these masjids are going to be used to polarize, to decide the outcome, then this can never be a free and fair election, viewers. This election is rigged on communal lines, and the hypocrisy is out there for you to see. I want to acquaint you, viewers, before I play this thing out once again, with what the Election Commission has stipulated. The revelations that you've heard, the admissions, fall foul of the Election Code of India. Rule 3 of the Model Code of Conduct forbids parties from using religious places for election propaganda. It says, and let me put it out for you, there shall be no appeal to caste or communal feelings for securing votes. Mosques, churches, temples or other places of worship shall not be used as a forum for election propaganda. And viewers, this might happen. This might happen. I want us to play out this entire sting once again. Nizam Bhai will play this out. Pay close attention, viewers, to what is being said.
अब मुसलमान ये कह रहे हैं, मुस्लिम वोट जो वोट है वो ये कह रहा है जो भाजपा को हरा उसको वोट देंगे।
कांग्रेस तो माइनॉरिटी का भी वोट राष्ट्रीय स्तर पर लेती है,
ओबीसी
का भी।
एक बात सुन लीजिए,
ये नहीं बनेगा।
तो सुन लीजिए, जैसे मच्छर चुनाव बजे 6 मई को और 5 मई को यहाँ पर जो है वो 6 को उससे रमजान शुरू हो रहे हैं। 6 को पहला रोजा होगा, उसके बाद तरावी होगी 5 तारीख की रात में। 5 तारीख की रात में तरावी के दिन एक भी मुसलमान नहीं होगा जो वो ना आता हो पढ़ने के लिए, और हर मस्जिद से ऐलान हो जाएगा इसको वोट देना। और आप मेरी बात लिख लीजिए कि जो है 1% छोड़ दिए जो लोग अलग हों, 99% वोट एक ही आदमी को मिलेगा।
मतलब हर जिले, मतलब हर लोकसभा
मुस्लिम इस वक्त जो है एक साथ तय करेगा। ये नहीं कि मुस्लिम तय कर दे कि किसी को वोट दे दो। मुस्लिम एक साथ तय करेगा किसको वोट देना है, कांग्रेस को या सपा को, कांग्रेस को या बीएसपी को। और जहां कहीं पर भी कांग्रेस लड़ नहीं पा रही होगी वहां और विकल्प भी नहीं है।
तो ये ऐलान कौन कराएगा, कांग्रेस वाले या सपा बसपा वाले?
नहीं, ऐलान जो प्रोग्राम लोग वो करेंगे खुद ही।
अच्छा।
I want to open this out. You heard Ravidas Mehrotra. This is a very sinister plot, and it sets a very, very bad precedence. Extremely disturbing precedence. Because while in the south, the Election Commission has come out and said in a particular state that Sabrimala, for instance, cannot be an issue. Some others have said that the Ayodhya issue cannot be brought into the poll forum. Here you have masjids that will be used to propagandize. This is a complete subversion of constitutional principles. And I want to ask, can so-called secular parties explain how using a masjid to woo voters is a secular exercise? Mr. Razak, tell me, sir, how is this secularism? Explain.
Rahul, to me, this is a kind of strategy or an attempt to consolidate the Hindu vote. Now, firstly, we don't allow politics inside the mosque. The Lucknow leader of SP might think that he might use the mosque, but will the Muslims allow politics to get inside the mosque? We don't allow any political leaders. Anybody, big or small, can get inside the mosque only to pray. But you cannot be making, talking about politics. Now, I would like to remind you, Rahul, of the assembly elections when the Aam Aadmi Party contested for the first time. The Shahi Imam came out and he made an appeal to Muslims to go ahead and vote for Aam Aadmi Party. Just moments after that, Arun Jaitley ji in a press conference went ahead and said, those who want to vote for fatwa can vote, and those who oppose the fatwa can vote for us. These are the kind of cheap tricks that the BJP would be trying in this election, because it knows that it can definitely not make it in UP. It has no stand. If you look at the kind of vote share, and very honestly speaking, Rahul, what is wrong in asking Muslims to vote 99%?
Well, sir, look, there's nothing wrong.
Let them come out and vote en masse.
As long as the mosque is not misused, because I've read out the Election Commission laws to you. Now, you are suggesting to me, sir, in complete ignorance of history, that masjids have never been used. In fact, sir, the Jama Masjid, Mr. Bukhari has used his pulpit, let alone several imams even in Jammu and Kashmir have used the pulpit to canvass, sir, for a particular party. Churches have issued statements. So, if you're trying to tell me that religion and politics doesn't mix, then I'm sorry, sir, you haven't got your facts right. I want to bring in Amit Malviya to respond to this. Mr. Malviya, this is a creation.
There are some people I don't deny.
Okay, you don't deny. So there is a possibility then. There is a possibility what Mr. Ravidas Mehrotra is saying.
Yes, there is.
There is.
On this same channel, we had broken a story of Kolkata Imam.
Okay, that's right. So then give me 30 seconds then. If that is indeed the case, I want to then ask the other secular, so-called secularists on this particular panel. Ashutosh ji, I want to ask you. How is this secularism, sir? Tell me.
So first of all, I'm not a so-called secularist.
You are a secularist. It depends on what you say.
Hindus by nature are secular. So, and I am a Hindu. Let us be clear about that. And as far as this sting goes, I think Mr. Mehrotra is totally out of touch with what the younger generation is thinking. UP has been experimenting with caste and communal politics for the last 3 decades. And the younger generation is now more worried about jobs, and they are more worried about as we saw in Kairana, the Jat
talk about this sting, sir, please.
Farmers got together.
No, one second. Talk about this particular sting.
Why this sting is?
Does this establish, sir, that the so-called secular? One second. That the so-called secular front is now falling back on religion.
It's just
in complete violation of what it espouses, just to win an election. We are pitting one community against another, demonizing another community.
What it exposes,
good Hindus who are secular people. Why should this happen, sir?
So what it exposes simply is this: Mr. Mehrotra is totally out of sync. He hasn't seen the change of winds. उनको ग्राउंड रियलिटी नहीं मालूम,
बिल्कुल झूठ बोल रहे हैं,
सत्य से क्या है उनको नहीं मालूम,
झूठ बोल रहे हैं.
What is more worrisome for me is what Bhaiyaji Joshi of RSS says, that the society cannot run on constitution alone. That is a more dangerous statement which should worry us.
Ashutosh, on the contrary,
because that's the parent organization of BJP.
On the contrary, Ravidas Mehrotra knows the ground reality is that 28 seats are influenced by 18% plus Muslim vote. You start off with a 99% advantage in that. You basically mean a good vote bank.
Before I bring in Amit Malviya.
This is the most pious occasion to use that for your political canvassing. Can you believe they don't even consider Muslims, they consider Muslims a chattel. They're using a Taraweeh namaz and he's saying it openly, and these so-called secularists are not even condemning it.
Let me one second. Let me bring in one second.
They don't even trust their own prime minister.
You said all Hindus are secular by default, so Modi is secular also.
I want to tell our viewers, gentlemen, 1 second.
How Ujwala has helped get him
1 second, sir.
Muslim women on his side.
Sir, if that was the case, then Mr. Mehrotra would be saying that every Nukkar Sabha we are going to be telling voters how Ujwala has failed. They are not going to therefore be wasting their breath telling our correspondents that we are going to go to every masjid invoking
that BJP has failed in creating jobs.
One second. No, no,
How the ease
irritating.
of living
Well,
has
sir,
not
then he
been-
needs to practice it, because I can tell
He
you.
is practicing it.
Is he really? Kamal Nath.
This
Let's play out what
gentleman-
Kamal
this
Nath said.
gentleman does not
Let me tell
represent
you.
Rahul
Okay, sir.
Gandhi.
Let me put out what Kamal Nath said before the Madhya Pradesh elections. You say that the Congress talks about development. Here, Kamal Nath. Listen to this.
अभी बड़ी अच्छी बात ये कही इन्होंने मतदान की कितने प्रतिशत मतदान होता है। मेरी तो आपसे विनती ये है कि आप पिछला रिकॉर्ड देख लीजिए, ये तो आज सब इंटरनेट पर है, चालू तुम निकाल कि जो मुसलमान बूथ हैं वहां कितने प्रतिशत मतदान हुआ, और अगर वहां 50-60% हुआ, ये क्यों हुआ 60%, 90% क्यों नहीं हुआ, इसका पोस्टमार्टम पिछले चुनाव का करना बहुत जरूरी है। आप कहें हम करा देंगे 80-90%, आज मुसलमान समाज के अगर 90% वोट नहीं पड़े तो हमें बहुत बड़ा नुकसान हो सकता है। आप तो 80 की बात कर रहे हो, मैं तो 90 की बात कर रहा हूं, और हमारे सामने आंकड़े हैं, ये आज सब आंकड़े हैं कि आप जानते हैं कि आपके यहां कौन से मोहल्ले में, अगर तुम्हारी नगर पालिका क्षेत्र में, मैं उदाहरण के रूप में कह रहा हूं, तुम जानते हो कहां मुसलमान वोट है, वहां उस बूथ में कितने प्रतिशत मतदान हुआ, अगर वहां मतदान हुआ है 60%, तो कोई कारण हुआ।
There you go. And I want to ask you, Amit Malviya, we've heard a couple of voices from the so-called secular side. I don't want to use the word pseudo, but I'm certainly asking you, they are going to say that because you polarize the election, you dredge up Ayodhya, Ram Mandir, etc., Muslims feel the need to band together and therefore present themselves as an en masse, en bloc vote for others to exploit. How would you respond to this?
Well, Rahul, other than the voices that you've already shown, I just also want to highlight that recently Rahul Gandhi met a bunch of intellectuals who came from the Muslim community, and the chief of the Congress's minority cell apparently gave a statement saying that the Congress sees itself as a Muslim party. That to me is the biggest sham in the name of secularism. And let's admit that
Mr. Malviya,
for far
that was
too
a
long,
lie well
the
exposed
word
at that time.
secularism has been abused by these political parties,
Sir, even
and
Modi ji
it
went
has
to-
been abused because it was convenient.
Even Modi ji
They
went
have
and met
abused
Muslims in
it
Gujarat.
to basically corner the minority vote, and the arithmetic that seemed to have worked for them is pull along a caste and pull along the minority vote, particularly the Muslim, and there you are done. We saw the Samajwadi party, which had the MY combination. We had the RJD in Bihar, which was in power for 15 years on the basis of the Muslim Yadav combined. So, you know, this entire secularism bogey is essentially nothing but Muslim appeasement.
It's
Now, let me
Muslim
tell you what
appeasement, unvarnished
Samajwadi
Muslim
party
appeasement,
is
Mr.
about.
Srivastava.
With the election.
Shown on air.
Okay, Razak Saab, एक
You
minute.
spent
Let
so
me
much
bring in
money
Mr.
on Kumbh
Srivastava.
Mela only to get those votes and electoral benefits. कांवरियास के ऊपर पैसा आप खर्च करते हो, स्टेट स्पॉन्सर दिवाली करते हो, ये सब वोट के लिए तो किस चीज के लिए करते हो?
into Indore, the clerics meeting over there, why he is putting up the shawls to the Ajmer Sharif? He is the first perpetuator of the communal hatred. Shamshan Kabristan politics was started by whom? Mr. Modi himself in UP. So if it is an election, they are making an election strategy.
Sending
Who
chadar
cares
and
for these
respecting
things
tradition
now?
of
People
Islam
want jobs,
is the same
people
thing
want
as
money,
using Muslims
people
as a
want
vote bank in a
governance,
masjid.
People want
I don't understand Ravi Srivastava's
you think
Did
that
you
they are
hear
going to
what
vote
Ravi
for this
Srivastava
kind of,
said?
politics,
Prime Minister of
communal
India,
politics.
whose nara is
BJP
Sabka Saath,
is the
Sabka
flag
Vikas,
bearer
respecting
of
Diwali
communal
or
politics
respecting
in this
Islamic
country.
tradition
Mandir
by
wahi
sending a
banaye
chadar is
for
being
last
compared
25
to an
years.
electoral law
BJP
violation of demanding votes in the name of religion at a
Okay,
mosque.
one second.
This man has completely lost all proportion.
One second. No, 1 second. Let me
What
ask Mr.
comparison is
Srivastava,
this?
please, 1 second.
On communal lines.
These
Okay,
are
one
the
second,
people
1 second. Let me
who
listen.
accuse
Let me-
election
please.
commission
Please.
that Ramzan has been taken
Sir,
into this so that
sir,
the Muslims can't vote.
Mr. Poonawala,
These are the
30
mindset
seconds.
of these people.
Okay, Poonawala ji, 1 second, 30 seconds. Now, I want to ask you, Mr. Srivastava, this is astounding to me. Are you suggesting visiting temples or dargahs is a communal activity? If that is the case, should Rahul Gandhi be restricted from doing so? When he goes from the Golden Temple down to the Kumbh, down to the various temples that he visits, even shows up at Lingayat Peeths, should he be doing that? Should he not be doing that? Is that also communalism? If it is, then sir, why does he call himself the followers of Gandhi and the other side the followers of Godse?
Practicing his religion is an individual choice.
So?
And you cannot force anybody.
No, is he practicing his religion when he shows up at a dargah or at a mosque?
But
no, when he goes to a is he a Muslim?
Community like this is definitely
when he goes to a church. Is he a Roman Catholic or a Protestant?
Hindu vote.
He's an Indian citizen, sir.
Hindu Rashtra hai. This kind of nonsense.
He's paying obeisance.
It is BJP who does it.
I don't know. I think, sir. I think there are enough visuals available for us to see when Rahul Gandhi talks about his Janeu, his Shiv Bhakti. Okay. I don't know, sir. I think you are deliberately obfuscating. I want to bring in Ratan Sharda. Response, Ratan Sharda to Mr. Srivastava.
Kailash Mansarovar also.
Okay.
That is his personal choice.
That's his personal choice. So when Mr. Modi goes to the Akshardham temple, he communalizes. When Rahul Gandhi goes, when Rahul Gandhi goes, he's exercising choice. Waji wah, sir. I find that absolutely today hypocritical. Sir, nonetheless, sir, I want to ask Mr. Sarda.
Story on one particular political party. Sir. What I am saying is that such plans are made by BJP on every morning, evening, everywhere. Bhagwa Brigade.
It's okay, sir.
In shakhas you
sir, tomorrow temples will be used to canvass votes. Temples will be used, priests will be used to canvass votes for Hindus. We won't have a democracy left. If you want to reduce this to a simple equation, then sir, you're doing a disservice to this country. Anyhow, I want to bring in Mr. Sharda. Mr. Sharda, respond.
Rahul, I am astounded. I am astounded the ridiculous length these people will go to somehow oppose Modi. Where does Modi come in it? Congress and Samajwadi Party, BSP play this golden round of minority politics and you blame Modi. Why do you blame Modi? Now you have a scenario. Let me take the history a little bit of larger brush. Congress gave legitimacy to Muslim League when it was untouchable in Kerala in 1950s. So they said 8 different Muslim League hai. Then they legitimized SDPI supported by PFI. They have legitimized separatists, they have legitimized Tukde gangs. This effort to somehow oppose Modi at any cost lies at the base of the whole problem. You have SP Samajwadi Party in Mumbai, which was completely Muslim League party converted to Samajwadi Party. So these thoughts of opposing Hindus and these people who keep on decrying Hindus understand we are very comfortable secular country because Hindus believe in respect for all religions. Look at every country around India. I will say it again and again. There is hardly anything left for Hindus there. It is because of our nature and for that we are being abused.
Okay, one second. One second. So just one second. I need to take a quick break. I'll come back to all of you gentlemen. Since when did the Congress, the Samajwadi Party, the BSP appropriate to themselves this great responsibility of representing Muslims? And the question can be asked, have Muslims actually benefited from their patronage? Now, one man called out the hypocrisy from within his own ranks of the Congress, and that was Salman Khurshid. And in just 10 seconds, we are going to play out what Salman Khurshid said. It was the frankest admission ever made when he said that the Congress can't sit here and pretend that it has done massive work for Muslims when it actually has Muslim blood on its own hands. Listen to this before I take a short break.
हमारे दामन पे खून के धब्बे हैं, हमारी कांग्रेस का वो हिस्सा होते मुझे मान लीजिए कि हमारे दामन में खून के धब्बे हैं। इसी वजह से आप हमसे कह रहे हैं कि अब कोई वार आप पर करे तो हमें बढ़कर उसको रोकना नहीं चाहिए। नहीं बता रहा हूं ना, हम ये धब्बे दिखाएंगे कि तुम समझो कि ये धब्बे हम पर लगे हैं, ये धब्बे तुम पे ना लगे। तुम वार इन पे करोगे, धब्बे तुम्हारे लगेंगे।
It doesn't stop there, viewers. It doesn't stop there. We're going to take a short break and I'm going to confront these individuals on our panel with more evidence of murkiness. It's going to astound you. We come right back. Viewers, I want to today unpeel the layers of hypocrisy that coat the Gathbandhan. On both sides, the Samajwadi Party and the BSP and the Congress Party and its Gathbandhan partners in the south. Now think about this. They will go to any extent to defeat the Prime Minister. Block him, stop him. Now, if it was a fair fight, there is no problem. But when you begin to bend the laws, disregard the laws of the land, it becomes a massive problem. To the left of your screens, the Samajwadi Party is going to use Islam, in their own words, to win 99% of the Muslim vote. And we know it's very influential in Uttar Pradesh. They're going to use masjids and the holiest time in the Muslim calendar to influence Muslim devotees when they visit these masjids, to talk them into supporting the Gathbandhan. And on the other side, to your right, is a sting that has been conducted by individuals who are trying to get at the truth by recording CCTV visuals of a secret meeting between a radical NIA-designated hate group and a Congress ally, the IUML in Kerala. So look at the alliances that are building. On one side, you use Islam, and on the other side, you use a radical, rabid, alleged anti-Hindu group to try and sway voters. All of this happening at a time when all these politicians, especially the likes of Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi, continue to profess how Hindu they are actually in their outlook. Viewers, this is hypocrisy in the extreme. I want to first play out very quickly to you what a top Samajwadi Party general who was a minister in Akhilesh's cabinet has had to say to us. You will be chilled to the bone because it's in complete violation of the model code of conduct of the Election Commission's laws. Listen to this.
अब मुसलमान ये कह रहे हैं, मुस्लिम वोट जो वोट है वो ये कह रहा है जो भाजपा को हरा उसको वोट देंगे। कांग्रेस तो माइनॉरिटी का भी वोट राष्ट्रीय स्तर पर लेती है, इसका भी एक बात सुन लीजिए, ये नहीं बढ़ेगा। सुन लीजिए, जैसे मच्छर चुनाव है 6 मई को और 5 मई को यहाँ पर जो है वो 6 को उससे रमजान शुरू हो रहे हैं, 6 को पहला रोजा होगा, उसके बाद तरावी होगी 5 तारीख की रात में। 5 तारीख की रात में तरावी के दिन एक भी मुसलमान नहीं होगा जो वो ना आता हो पढ़ने के लिए, और हर मस्जिद से ऐलान हो जाएगा इसको वोट देना। और आप मेरी बात लिख लीजिए कि जो है 1% छोड़ दिए जो लोग अलग हों, 99% वोट एक ही आदमी को मिलेगा। मतलब हर जिले, मतलब हर जगह पर, हर लोकसभा मुस्लिम इस वक्त जो है एक साथ तय करेगा। ये नहीं कि मुस्लिम तय कर दे कि किसी को वोट दे दो, मुस्लिम एक साथ तय करेगा किसको वोट देना है, कांग्रेस को या सपा को, कांग्रेस को या बीएसपी को। और जहां कहीं पर भी कांग्रेस लड़ नहीं पा रही होगी वहां कोई और विकल्प भी नहीं है। तो ये ऐलान कौन कराएगा, कांग्रेस वाले या सपा बसपा वाले? नहीं, ऐलान जो प्रोग्राम वो करेंगे खुद ही। अच्छा।
Viewers, you heard how the masjid, contrary to all laws, is going to be used to influence Muslim voters. On the right, we are seeing the beginnings of a hate alliance captured on CCTV. This is happening in Kerala. And the individuals who are speaking are allies of the Congress Party with the PFI, a radical NIA-designated hate group which is suspected of fueling terror activities in this country. This is secularism, viewers. Secularism for you. Now, let me give you an equivalent. If the BJP tomorrow were to ally with some sort of a terror group that was a majoritarian Hindu group which had blood of Muslims on its hands. That would be the closest equivalent of what we are seeing. And I want to explain to you, viewers, on the right, why this alliance of hate also undermines the Congress's claim that it has a secular outlook, contrary to the BJP and the RSS, which they claim is inspired by Godse. If the Congress is Gandhian, it must explain these contradictions, and I want to put them out. Nizam Bhai will fire them on air for you. You will see what I mean. Here are the hard facts. Rahul Gandhi comes out and says, those who wear half pants and hold lathis spread hatred. But when his own ally has a dalliance with a hate group, he forgets that PFI cadres imparted training in handling explosives and weapons. Who is saying this? The NIA. He ignores India's premier intelligence agency, counter-terrorism agency. He then goes on to say that in Northeast, there is an attack by RSS on history, language, and lifestyle. The NIA says about the PFI that his own ally today is in talks with. In statewide raids on PFI activists resulted in the recovery of bombs. And then, viewers, this is what he says. He says RSS wants to tell India what to do, believe their ideology is the truth. The PFI is involved in violence, communal tension, and allegedly has links with the ISIS and does a lot more. It dictates how their followers must live, what they must say, and what they must read. And most of it is literature and videos that are sourced from the ISIS and the Taliban. So you have a situation, viewers, where one side says that we are secular and the other side is communal. What is communal about asking? What is secular rather about asking mosques and masjids and imams to push your case, or doing business with NI designated hate groups? Let's ask this once again of some of our panelists. Abdul Razak, tell me, the PFI NI designated hate group in talks with Congress's ally, you, the JDS, has also had tacit understandings with both the SDPI and the PFI, the SDPI being the political arm of the Popular Front of India.
So Rahul, you cannot rule out that there is, communalism in politics in India, unless that you just can't win any election. When it comes to elections and the BJP people make statements like Ramzadeh and Haramzadeh, that is not being picked up. When they make differences between Ramzan and Diwali, that will never be picked up. A party like BJP can ally itself with RSS, VHP, Bajrang Dal, Sanatan Sanstha, Hindu Sena. Nobody questions that.
Sanatan Sanstha.
But one small party which has that is the most toxic organization. Come on. They are all sister
Sir,
concerns.
have you filed a case to have it banned?
Sir,
no. But there are bans on the PFI, sir, in Jharkhand. There are bans, sir, on this organization in Jharkhand. Tell me one state where the RSS is even under the scanner, even during the UPA, sir. Tell me, despite sir trying to concoct a theory of Hindu terror, sir,
crude bombs and explosives were caught.
Sir, please.
That is the soft stand of the BJP government towards the Sanatan Sanstha.
Don't try to label mainstream organizations as terror organizations, sir. You are starting. You are staring down a very dangerous slope, sir. Please.
Abdul Razak, if you are saying RSS is a terror organization equivalent to PFI, Pranab Mukherjee visited their headquarters. Point number one. Point number two, Rahul, I am making a statement. This RSS, meeting by IUML. Sir, 1 second, sir. Sir, 1 second. Sir, 1 second. Sir, please, don't give background music. Background music, I want to give you some important
for them, maybe Pranab Mukherjee is a terror sympathizer.
He's a terror sympathizer.
He's a terror sympathizer.
But with all responsibility, I am saying
it. Mr. Ashutosh.
Rahul,
say it, Mr. Ashutosh.
Rahul, just before Ashutosh comes in, let me just say one statement. This meeting may have happened with the IUML, but it is being done on behalf of the Congress party.
On behalf of the Congress Party.
Party, because any alliance, they are part of UDF. any alliance decision has to be taken with the major part of the alliance.
My
and
God.
therefore this meeting must have been done
Big
with
revelation.
the knowledge of
Ratan
Congress.
Sharda, I want to come in here. One second.
January Hindu by day and Topidhari Muslim by night. January Hindu by day, Topidhari Hindu by night.
Madhya Pradesh,
Topidhari Muslim by night.
and Rajasthan.
Using underhand tactics, sir. Are you saying that underhand tactics were used? Ratan Sharda comes in.
When he
1
talked
second.
about khaki knickers, those khaki knickers are now wearing brown pants and they're still attacking the constitution, which Bhaiyaji Joshi has just said that the society cannot be run by constitution alone. That's the major danger.
1 second. Ratan Sharda, respond.
For 70 years, your Congress, your secular friends were in power. They could have banned RSS, they could have put cases against RSS,
So
they could
that
put
is the
behind jails,
difference
nothing
between
happened
a democratic
because they couldn't find a
tradition
single
where
shred of
everyone is
evidence
allowed
against RSS in spite of
preach their
demonizing.
So should Lashkar-e-Toiba be allowed to set up shop here in the name of democracy? No, I want to ask you, Ashutosh, are you against the ban on Jamaat-e-Islami? J&K, I want to ask you this question. Tell me, are you yes or no? Are you yes or no? Do you believe that the Jaish-e-Mohammed should have a registered office and contest elections in this country? Sir, you are speaking, unfortunately. No, 1 minute, sir. 1 minute, sir. 1 minute, sir. Please, 1 minute. In Pakistan, 1 second, Ashutosh ji, in Pakistan, look what life has come to. The Lashkar-e-Toiba contests elections. Do you want India to be a mirror image, sir, of Pakistan?
Do you want India to be a mirror image?
I want to ask you, sir.
That we cannot, our constitution is
I want to ask you, you show me one case. You show me one case. You show me one case.
Isn't that more dangerous?
You show me one case.
All those allegations.
You show me one case.
All those allegations that have been made which have never been proved.
The left government
in Kerala
has come out and spoken against the activities of the PFI.
In affidavit.
Sworn in court. I want to bring you in, Ratan Sharda. The equivalence that is being drawn, what do you make of it? The RSS is a hate organization. It's a terror organization. So everything is allowed. Everything passes.
This whataboutery must end. RSS has worked for the nation all through its life. It has sacrificed volunteers for the nation. It has never been extraterritorial loyalties. It has never argued for violence. Its constitution clearly says anybody perpetrating violence will be thrown out of the organization without even asking a reason. And these people are comparing with people who are using bombs and guns to kill people, who tie up with ISI, who work against, who conspire against the nation. How do you compare? Sanatan Sanstha is not. So hundreds of terrorists don't make a religion. So hundreds of terror attacks are not Muslim religions, but one isolated incident by a fringe organization.
Well, 1 minute.
Islamic State in India is not a challenge to the constitution, Ashutosh ji.
Well,
don't be stupid.
It's the constitution. You are being stupid, obstinate, and obnoxious.
Well, let me just tell you, viewers.
Those are the same people.
1 second. I want to come in here. There are some questions I want to put out here for you on the back of what we've just heard. 1 second. Gentlemen, please, back off. 1 second. Can so-called secular parties explain how using a masjid to woo voters is not communal? That's the first question we began with. We're not getting any straight answers. They say, oh, well, you see, masjids are not political places, so this is absolutely a factual inaccuracy. But you've heard an individual from the Samajwadi party, not some third rung, fourth rung, sixth rung leader. The man is on the top echelons of the Samajwadi party, closest to Akhilesh Yadav. He has been a minister in the Akhilesh cabinet that was just voted out about 2.5, 3 years ago. I also want to tell you, I want to ask this second question. 70 years after independence, why is religion being used by parties to divide India along religious lines, viewers? Why is this happening? Mr. Rahmani, why is this happening? Why are parties such as yourself, sir?
Yes, you should ask this question
I'm asking
from the BJP and the RSS
I'm
people.
asking
why
you.
And after 70 years of election, they are using religion as a tool to reach to the government, and nobody else in the country is using religion.
No, they're not.
No other party is using the religion.
Why
There
is,
are only
so
a
why
few
is
parties
Mr. Mehrotra
like the
talking
BJP,
about
like the
masjids?
Shiv Sena, like
And
the
why is the
Akali Dal who are
IUML
using
no,
the
shacking
election?
up with your political, with your ideological mentor, the PFI? I want to ask you a hate group, NIA designated hate group, tell me. Tell me, NIA designated hate group, which is suspected of terror activities today, is in talks with the Congress-led alliance in Kerala.
This is a very wrong
to rouse Muslims.
NIA designated hate group. This is wrong.
No,
is wrong.
How is it wrong, sir? How is it wrong? Is it not banned in Jharkhand? I'm asking you, tell me, is it banned in Jharkhand, yes or no? Is it banned in Jharkhand? Is it banned in Jharkhand?
NIA rather relegated.
Sir, the left government in Kerala has come out in a sworn affidavit and spoken about the terror activities of PFI.
Honorable High Court has...
Sir, in the same Honorable High Court of Kerala, your ideological bedfellows, the left, have spoken about what the PFI represents.
And SDPI has nothing.
Okay.
Mr. Rahmani, PFI is not spreading some harmony. PFI is a rank, hate-spreading, hate-mongering organization that wants to fulfill the agenda of ISIS in India.
Proven right.
And you are its political wing.
Shiv Sena.
You are responsible for the Islamophobia that we see today.
And you
are responsible for that, Mr. Rahmani. You and your organization and your ideological mother, the PFI.
Is arrested under the terrorism charges in
well,
viewers, that chopped off professors. Viewers, is that spreading harmony?
Viewers, I want to come in here. Gentlemen, 1 second. I want to come in here. What we are seeing is rank hypocrisy from a so-called secular front, not just in Uttar Pradesh, but also down south in Kerala. North to south, viewers, rank hypocrisy on the side of the secular Gathbandhan.
Rahul, you have
no, 1 second, Mr. Rahmani. I am not sitting here and giving... I'm sorry, I'm not going to give space to an organization that is banned, sir, that is banned in a state of this country, and the center on the recommendations of the NIA is contemplating a nationwide ban on the PFI. Will you deny, sir, that your cadres have served the ISIS and spread terror?
What
are you talking about? Let's wrap this up. Let's wrap this up. I want to move to another very important issue tonight. I want to move to another important issue. But viewers, mind what is going on. Just because someone sounds urbane and sophisticated and nice doesn't mean that they represent values which make them enlightened. Think about it. You've got about 70 days to the elections. We move on.